Oh, I just muted you. Yeah, I'm back.
I'm muted. There we go. I'm not muted now. I am now audible. Great. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Yeah, so we are back. Been a while. Been a while. Yash, how you doing, fella? All eyes at the wheel in the chat. Where's the FPL corner flag? Sup, win. I'm starting now, fella. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, I'm joined today by the main man, Al Taylor and Az. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good, thanks. Yeah, good to be back.
You guys?
Same, yeah, it's nice to be back. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
it's been a while since I've had you boys on, but yeah, we're starting afresh, going into game week 31, and we've just kind of been discussing off air, as it were, about our conundrums for this week because yeah, it's a tough one. And I see Dylan there in the chat. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. The old classic. So who am I gonna go to first? I was just talking. Let's go to L first because you were just saying that you had some conundrums and you're potentially gonna hit the wild card. So yeah, I'll transfer to your team
Yeah, so
and let's
I was
talk us
originally
through
just
it.
going to do the one transfer this week
Hmm.
and then do the wild card next week.
Yeah.
But with Antonio out, I might have to do it this week.
Hmm.
Because I don't really want Bale. I can't have Antonio anymore.
No.
And there's a couple of players that I would quite like to bring in.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, looking at that team, you've got Stones, Cancelo, and Gundogan, all rotation risks. You've got Antonio
yeah,
um, injured. You've got Bamford, Rafinha, and Dallas. They may as well be injured because they're playing against City. Um,
exactly. Yeah.
then, I mean, Martinez and Areola, not the best fixtures either in terms of goalkeeper. But I mean, you
Mm.
can get away with the goalkeeper. Then, who else? Oh, Fernandez and was this? Have I got the right picture up on the team? Surely this is not your team
Let me just go back
because
to
it's got all
the.
the blank fixtures.
Uh, oh,
But
that's last week.
that's last week.
So,
Was that when you sent me, or have I just bottled that?
yeah, that was the previous time. It's the same team.
It's the
It's
same
just
team. They just have fixtures.
yeah. I've got. Oh no, I've got rid of Cancelo now. I've got Aspie.
Yeah. Okay.
That was last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an old picture. But yeah, that I mean, like I said, I'll probably be wildcarding tomorrow anyway. So
The wild card's
the
gonna
picture
come
of my
in.
team doesn't really matter.
Mm. Well, so why
Um,
don't you draft up a quick little wild card for us, and then we'll I guess
Go on then, I'll do
screenshot
it.
to the and then we'll towards
Yeah,
the back end
I'll
of
do
the
it.
stream we'll
I'll do a
discuss
very
that, and
quick one.
me and Az will absolutely tear it apart.
I know I was going to
Um,
say you give me like 2 minutes to do a wildcard here.
but I'll transfer into Az's team. Az, have you L even? Have you seen any of Az's team? Have you had a sneak peek?
Um, have you wildcarded us, or is it just a couple of transfers?
Just a
I
couple
think
of transfers.
the
I'm
main thing
waiting
for
for
me
a
is
wild card.
the audacity of the captaincy pick. Let's move on into it.
Oh, really?
The audacity of this man to captain Alonso against Crystal
Oh,
Palace.
that's huge. Yeah.
You know what? I was very tempted to captain him last week as well.
Mm.
Luckily, I didn't.
Yeah, that would
But
have
I
been
think
a 0 pointer.
there's no standard options this week. I'm
No, there's
tempted
really
by
not.
Liverpool player, but then they might be tired, obviously, after that travelling, having a tough game in Europe.
Mm.
Don't really fancy a
Mm.
City player. So right now, I am on Alonso. It might change, but right now I'm on Alonso.
That was my only thinking for like Man United play tonight, don't they? And then they play Spurs Sunday. So
Yeah.
and we know the history of earlier on in the season, the 6-1. That'll do. That will do very nicely. And Bruno in the 6-1 managed to pick up that one. So I think that would be perfect, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I guess the only players, yeah, Salah maybe captain, but we may even see Salah getting benched considering. Um, sorry, just fucking Dave in the chat. Just seeing um, if Salah, Liverpool will. It's like a must-win game for you guys, isn't it? On Tuesday, is it Wednesday?
Yeah, it's a massive game, and yeah, I think that's another worry. Salah getting benched, I
Mm.
think, this weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, if we're in a position where we're losing, then obviously he will come on. I don't want to have that 20 minutes, 25-minute kind of game time. Tough one this week. It's a very
Yeah.
tough one.
That's the thing as well. Do you think it would be more beneficial? I know it sounds like a really stupid and weird question, but I actually think it'll be more beneficial to Liverpool if they got knocked out of the Champions League.
Yeah, obviously it would help with our trying to come fourth, which I think is definitely still achievable. If you look at our fixtures, they're quite good.
Because would you rather a semi-final and no semi-final Champions League this season and no Champions League next season, or knocked out and get Champions League next season?
That's a killer question. That one, killer question. I'd probably get knocked out and quite guarantee it.
And call it yeah. Because I think
all the boys are back.
if you do get knocked out, like with your fixtures and with the other teams that are going for the Champions League spots at the minute as well, like I think you'll get maybe even the third spot. Really, like if you've got a fit squad like week in week out.
Exactly. Yeah. Very true.
What are the thoughts on Calvert-Lewin as well? Any plans with Calvert-Lewin? I'm intrigued by Calvert-Lewin.
I thought the main reason I kept him was for the Palace game. To be honest, he let me down massively.
He should have scored. He should have scored.
Literally, looking at this team now, I've probably got like about 4 players in front of him that I want to get rid of before I get rid of him.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Because obviously I'm worried about Diaz, Gundo, Salah all not playing.
Yeah.
Antonio obviously not playing. So right now
he's
with the bench,
playing.
I'm a man down. Yeah. So he's playing. So obviously, I think right now he's going to stay, but in the future, he's probably on the chopping
So do you
board,
reckon you'll get a few of your players, like your bench players, will play this week?
Oh, for sure. I think Diaz and Gundo both might get benched.
I've seen people like Diaz
Traore
potentially get benched.
He's
Creswell's
played a lot
fine,
of
isn't
games. Yeah, Cresswell will play. No, I think he will come in anyway. I think probably for Antonio.
he? Yeah.
But then obviously I'm looking at like maybe Ian Acho for Antonio and Jota for Traore. I think that's 2 solid transfers.
Have you got 2 frees?
2 frees, yeah.
Yeah,
2
that's
frees.
absolutely huge. I wished I'd rolled my free transfer last week because I didn't need to make the transfer.
Yeah, I've been rolling
Which
for
is
about 4 weeks now, just been so undecisive about what to do. But I think this
good,
is the
though.
week to make 2 free transfers.
Oh, what, you've been making like 1 transfer a week sort of thing?
Yeah, just been undecided about what to do. Been waiting.
Yeah. Well, Dylan comes in and says here that Chilwell might start and Alonso could come on late for a 1-pointer to rest Chilwell for Porto. So
that would be a nightmare. Not
yeah,
gonna lie.
I think that would be a massive thing putting me off the rotation, or put me off the captaincy would be the potential rotation into Alonso.
Yeah,
Is there a part of you that wants to captain him because it's against Palace?
Well, Palace are an awful team, so yeah.
There's some logic there. There's some logic there.
I'm targeting the fixture, not the form.
Fair enough, man. It's fair enough. Very solid, very solid orange fixture, Palace. Very solid team. Very solid team. When Benteke's playing, can't stop him. Did about 20 backflicks in the last game. Jesus Christ, against Everton. Yeah, and Adam coming in and Antonio out, isn't he? Yeah, Antonio's out. Big shame for Antonio owners, that. Big shame. Just took my first hit after a long time, over 50k. Had a bad week. Man, that's a shame, man. But like 7.5k to 15k, that's actually a pretty big drop. It's like halving your rank. Yeah. No Kane, jeez. That'll be why then. Kane is just
Yeah, I'd say that's a top priority for you, probably getting Kane.
Kane is a madness. Like even against United, and we will come to you, Ellen, in a second if you want to answer it now. Like against United, like what's the verdict of that game? Obviously, there's a lot of bias towards a particular red side in that fixture, but
I can definitely see Kane scoring against United. To be honest.
Son will be back to full fitness.
Yeah, as well. I think United will win, but I can't see it being a clean sheet, to be honest.
Yeah. United will win, though. Interesting. Yeah, you've got a really poor record against the top 6 sides this season. Like, I'm talking poor.
I don't know. Beat City 2-0. Say that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Bit of a shit team,
Spurs
aren't they?
6-1. Like, it was beginning of the season. We hadn't. It was us City, Liverpool didn't really have a pre-season, did we? So
Yeah,
we were sort of pretty shaky at the start
losing
of the
to
season.
Palace 2-1.
Yeah, Palace, Brighton, nearly lost.
Yeah, man, it wasn't the best of starts. I guess you've like. Do you reckon you've confirmed Champions League like already? Like, do you think that's like
Oh yeah,
done and dusted pretty much?
I think top four is there. It's just how far we go now.
Yeah.
And we can't obviously win, so it'll be second or
Focus on the Europa League tonight then.
Yeah, I'll be watching that definitely.
Bruno Fernandes benched at the weekend.
That, I think. Pardon?
Fernandes benched against Spurs.
Nah, no way. I think he'll play double. To be honest, I think he'll play tonight.
This is where the rumour mills on Twitter come out. FPL JVT has said that Bruno Fernandes is going to get benched.
There's no chance Bruno gets benched against Spurs.
I doubt it, man. This guy says thoughts on Sterling as a 1 week punt. Sterling hasn't. He's not really been
in the Champions League,
but he's been being benched a lot though, hasn't he? He hasn't played a Premier League match in like 3 game weeks. I don't think.
He has been way off the mark this season.
Like,
he's not
as
the heights that he did last season.
As a Man City asset, I'd maybe go for like Jesus as like a 1 week punt, as like a sole 1 week punt, because he's actually been okay of late. What do you think, if you were to pick a Man City player, obviously including Sterling in that, but your opinion on Sterling as well, who would you go for?
Probably for a 1 week punt, it probably would be Sterling. You know,
you reckon?
I think he's guaranteed to
Big
start.
man Raz.
And I
you reckon guaranteed?
For me, yeah, I'd say so. Because
he didn't play Champions League.
He didn't play Champions League. Didn't come on at all. And Pep
was he
mentioned
benched?
that he just wants fresh legs all the time.
Oh, fair.
I think it's pretty much guaranteed that he'll start
against Leeds as well. Like,
yeah, Leeds is high line. Like Sterling could easily get in behind that.
Yeah, for sure. And like people were referring to like the reverse fixture as well, but I think you kind of have to remember like the reverse fixture was when Manchester City, like you say with United, hadn't really got into the groove of like just playing good football. Basically, like they're unstoppable at the minute. Basically, yeah, looking forward to seeing what. That is, I think, the one thing that I'm a little bit scared of is like people who have got the Manchester City assets this week, like Stones and Cancelo, because I reckon both Stones and Cancelo play this week. I can see it happening. Oh my! If Stones scores another bloody goal, like
I was just thinking,
my account's being deleted. Like I'm gone. See you later. See you later.
I think Leeds are the worst at set pieces in the league as well, so I think it's pretty much guaranteed that Stones will score this week. I'm fully expecting it. I'm ready.
That's Stones x Cancelo. Oh, that was a horrible notification to see.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
That was
probably going to happen again as well. I'll pre-warn you.
I was like, am I dreaming? No, it's a fucking nightmare. This guy said, what do you think about the hit? Had 2 free transfers. Went Bamford, Son and Foden to Nacho, Neto and Jota. What do you think? -4 for Nacho, Neto and Jota. I mean, I like all of those picks, to be honest. Jota's the only thing I would say is like I maybe wouldn't have -4 for Jota, because I don't know about your opinion, but I can see Jota maybe getting the bench at the weekend.
See, I reckon he starts.
You reckon he starts?
Only because Joe was benched against Arsenal, and obviously Mane and Salah played that whole game. And then he came off against Madrid.
Yeah.
Whereas Salah and Mane both stayed on. So I reckon Mane gets benched this week.
Mane gets benched.
Salah gets benched.
And
or
then
Salah. Most likely Mane. Mane's
Jota
been the
moves
worst
to the left.
as well.
Yeah, Mane's he's gone missing, hasn't he?
He's been terrible. He was terrible on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever, Tuesday. Not good. But I think they're good transfers. But Son's got a double next week, so you might be wanting to get Son back in pretty much.
Yeah, that's the thing with Son. I think most people I think you've held on to him as well as you've got rid of him, haven't you, El? But I'm guessing are looking to bring him back in very soon. But yeah, with the double for Son, I'm definitely very glad that I've held on to him.
Yeah, Everton and Southampton, it's a nice double as well. I'm expecting a lot.
Those two Everton are a 4 fixture, but like the actual them as a defensive outfit, like that is that is a really great fixture to own an attacker for. It's like, I'd say it's a 4 fixture if you own a defender because they can score. Like, that's been their main thing this season. But as a defensive outfit, I'd almost put them at like a 2.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, man. So, El, what's the plan? Son coming back in soon? I'm just loading up the wildcard here, so it'll be on screen any second.
Yeah, for wildcard, Son will be in. Either money available for him to get in next week, or get him in straight away.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking at it now. I will bring it up on screen in a second, but there is no Son in this team.
He's not in that one.
No.
I can't remember what team I made now.
Let's read through a couple more of these questions, and I'll bring up your team. I'm a United fan, and I'm telling you, we're going to rip that defence apart. Fellow United fan, Ole's out the way. Apparently, Spurs are going to get battered.
I mean, don't jinx it, Yash. If it's 6-1 again, I'll cry. I think we'll definitely win. Whether we'll rip the defence apart, I'm not sure. But 2-3-1. Let's say that.
2-3. Oh, okay, yeah, not rip them apart, but we're still going to give them a decently sized hammering.
Can I just jump in and say, against Newcastle, I think they conceded expected goals of 4.
Was it?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, to be fair, it
could be a hammering. That's horrible. They were awful at defending. So yeah, it could be. Did you see
Mourinho's comments as well? It was kind of like, it was along the lines of like, it was about like, why could you do it at like United and the other clubs, so like at Chelsea when you had like such a good defensive record? And it was like, well, it's like the same coach, just like different players. So he's like, I'm not doing anything when the players are just shit. Effectively. Took my first minus 8 of the season. Bale to Jota, Watkins to Vardy, Bamford to Wood. Some bold moves there.
I like them.
Maybe Vardy captain, maybe. That's something I'm definitely debating. But yeah, I think all solid pick. The minus 8 is a little bit of a stretch, maybe. But I mean, yeah, coming to the back end of the season, we're going to have to make bold moves to move up the ranks, so why the hell not? Tanganga and Rodon, no match for Bruno. Spurs ain't top 6 material. And then he's got emojis of a fish. Love it. Yeah, West Ham and Leicester are breaking the traditional top 6 barrier. KDB captain for Dylan this week. Could be a big pick, could get benched, who knows? Just gonna insert that little bit of doubt there, just to fuck with his head. But no, I think KDB is a good pick. FPL tips, how you doing, mate? Evening. Son's been poor recently though. Cannot decide what to do with him after the double. So obviously keeping him for the double. I think it's gonna be an interesting one. I don't know. I'll come to you as well, as because we both own Son currently. Like for game week 33, obviously doesn't play, so that's just a big red herring. But then for me, it's kind of like game week 34 onwards until the end of the season. I feel like he actually has some decent fixtures, plays against the likes of like, Sheffield, Wolves, all teams that I'd be happy to play him against. But then again, I guess if you don't have the likes of, say, like a Salah, who could be like a really good captaincy option, or even like you've got no Bruno as, like, maybe bringing them in instead. But like, yeah, I guess what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, it's a tough one because his fixtures are really nice as well. They stay obviously had the blank, but then after that, I think they play Sheffield at home.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one. Yeah, I think right now I'm very scared of not owning Bruno. He just anytime he does anything, I just drop rank so much. So he could be a straight swap to Bruno kind of after this double. Because I think then Bruno has Leeds in the blank, so obviously he could be a definite captain option that week.
Bruno against Leeds.
I think keep Son until the double and then reassess, see what happens. I think that's the best way to play it.
100%, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find his team actually on Twitter. But I'll bring up your wild card. Actually, I'll finish his comments and I'll bring up the wild card. Bruv, that 6-1 ain't happening ever again. Clear example how a bad ref can fuck the game up. the referee coming like into contention. Can you remember anything about that? I didn't really watch that game because I was just fuming because Mourinho told me that Son was going to be injured, but I obviously read into it too much. Sorry? The 6-1.
Oh, I mean, Martial got sent off, didn't he?
Was that bollocks?
I mean, I remember it being. I think I listened to it on the radio on the train, so I wasn't actually watching it. But I mean, even with 10 men, he shouldn't be conceding 6.
Yeah, that's fair
in
enough.
my opinion.
Oh, I just realised as well, Tips, you're on a wild card, aren't you? I've seen Iheanacho and Vardy in that team, which is kind of mad. And also another man that I'd like to talk about. And as we have our resident Liverpool fan in, are we going to see a resurgence of a Mr. Trent Alexander-Arnold?
I think we are.
You think we are?
He's motivated. After the assist to get on Saturday or Sunday when we played Arsenal, he was so happy.
Do you reckon Southgate is giving him
to get into that England team?
Yeah. They move. Go on. Sorry, boss. So
I was just gonna say I think I'm more leaning towards Phillips, mainly because of the value. A Liverpool centre back playing basically like almost guaranteed 6 point in most weeks for 4 million. So good. Obviously, Trent gives you that assist threat, but 3.2 million or 3.3 million more. So I kind of think the value kind of tops it. But if you have got the money, then Trent's a huge pick.
I do agree with that. I will also say though, like as we're getting towards, I guess, like the back end of the season, I think for me the value of obviously, you know, at the point to where we can afford them, but like the value of players kind of goes a bit more out the window, and it's just more like who's gonna. It seems like stupid to say, but who's gonna get me more points rather than at the start of the season? You're looking at the combination of like our value to points and how am I going to make this long-term plan. As we're getting closer to the end of the season, surely it's just about like, you know, I'll take this player now because we're back in the season. He's just going to get me more points.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But then I guess like you can bring in more expensive players in other positions. So for example,
go on.
Yes, right now it's Trent and Iheanacho or Phillips and Vardy for me. Decision to make this week, I think.
That's a tough one.
And kind of rolls into the next question. But not Iheanacho or Vardy really confusing me at the moment.
I guess it kind of comes into the whole like the value thing as you say, is kind of asked there, Iheanacho or Vardy, and I'll transition over into L's wildcard team now because a Mr. Iheanacho is in there. So I'm going to pose that question straight away to you, Al, and ask, why have you gone for Iheanacho over Vardy?
More for the cost, really. I tried. I mean, that was a very quick wildcard, so I'm sure you could find a way of getting Vardy in. But
I could tear this to shreds, to be honest.
I didn't want to lose Bruno.
Yeah.
Didn't want to lose Bruno. Didn't want to lose Kane. Got Trent in. Is it coming up now on the screen? Oh,
yeah, it's up.
And you get De Bruyne as well. So.
Yeah, I guess on the flip side, if money wasn't an option, obviously like it's a big factor of it. But if money wasn't an option, is it a debate who you would go for, or would it definitely be just Vardy?
If money wasn't an option, I'd definitely go for Vardy because he's on pens as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
is that the same for you, Az?
Yeah, I agree. It's the penalties, I think, that top it.
Injury problems though, or is the rotation of Iheanacho?
I mean, Iheanacho is until Barnes is back, really, isn't he? But Barnes seems like he's going to be out for a fair while yet. So I think if you went for either, you're probably going to get points. But yeah.
So I guess what we can agree there is like when, out of the two, like if you just have to pick solely between the two, Vardy's probably the better pick. You're probably more likely to captain Vardy as well. Like I'd be a lot more comfortable captaining Vardy than I would Iheanacho because I just see him more as like a cheap differential pick. But then in terms of like value, Iheanacho offers like unbelievable value. There's rotation risk with Iheanacho, but there's also injury risk with Vardy, so it's a bit of like, you know, potato time.
Yeah.
One of those situations. But both are good picks, is I think what we can end that on. I dropped 40k last week because I didn't own Bruno. Yeah, as you say, a fellow non-Bruno owner, as it must hurt. I mean, even to like, I own Bruno, you own Bruno. To Bruno owners, if you don't have him captained, you're likely to see a red arrow anyway when he does play, just because of the effect of ownership. And then if he does anything, luckily he only picked up, and I think an assist was like almost the perfect amount for him to get, because it's still like a return, but it's not too many points at the same time, so that people who do captain him don't kind of go flying up. Lamena should have been sent off too. A VAR clearly showed he instigated. That's why. Fair enough, man. Well, hopefully for the United fans out there, the game will be different. I'm hoping that Kane is obviously going to absolutely batter United. That'd be nice. I mean, I don't mind it being like, 4-4. That'll do. Kane Quadrati, Son Quadrati of assists. Not too much for ask for. And then McTominay comes off the bench and scores a hat trick. Don't mind that. Tips. Yeah, I'm wildcarding. Trent loves the bonus points as well. Yeah, that's true. When you're getting Nat Phillips as well, as it's like, it's a 6-pointer or it's nothing. But as you say, it's the value. So would you play Nat Phillips every week? Is the question I pose.
Yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not next week against Leeds.
Yeah.
But after that, I think I'd play him pretty much every game.
And I guess, do you think
obviously, and apart from United,
do you think the combination of Trent and Iheanacho, or the combination of Vardy and Nat Phillips, who's going to score more points?
Yeah, that is a conundrum. I'll tell you that much. I kind of do think Trent and Iheanacho could be the one.
Because at the minute,
yeah.
I feel like Iheanacho is very much keeping pace with Vardy.
Yeah, 100%. He really is.
But there is literally nothing that Nat Phillips can do on the bonus points that Trent gets. Like, even if Liverpool win 2-0, Trent's on 3 bonus points. Like, it's true, actually absurd. So I think Trent is definitely one that I'm going to be bringing in pretty soon. Dylan's just put quite a worrying message in the chat. He said no Lingard. Is there news that, because I knew there was some news that Lingard might have picked up an injury?
I think it's because there's no Lingard in the wild card.
Oh, in the wild card, yeah, no worries. I'm shot myself for a second there. Like, no Lingard.
Yeah, you could move Jota out for Lingard if you wanted Lingard in.
Yeah, to be fair to him, this was a very quickly constructed wild card that I'm going to tear apart now and just say, do better. Do better.
Go on then.
You've left Bamford and Rafinha in there as well. I'm going to say that was a misclick.
Do you reckon?
What, you want Bamford and Rafinha against Man City?
No, they'd be benched against City.
But then when would you play them?
In the game after.
What, against Liverpool?
Oh, is that what it is?
And then against United?
To be honest, I don't want to sell Bamford because I've got so much value in him.
Right, value's gone, mate. Fuck value.
I'd happy bench him till let's have a look. Brighton, because Leeds' last 3 fixtures are nice, so I'd want them back for that.
Yeah, I do think they're very good. I think for me it's kind of just like a situation where I can hold on to Dallas and Bamford, but would I actually play them? I don't know. With the other players that I'm going to bring in when Big Boy Wilf comes in. Oh my lord. But yeah, just a quick note. If you guys are new on here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you have been enjoying the stream so far. I reckon we've got another 20 minutes in us so far. I guess, do you reckon it's time to come to the part where we get onto a bit of a bambling and a bit of a buffoon?
Wouldn't mind it.
The bambling buffoon section. So, Jab speaking, thank you very much, Tips. So basically what we're doing is we're going to go through and predict all the scores for the games for this week, basically. Let me bring up the actual fixtures page. That'd be nice if everyone can actually see the fixtures. Let us know down in the comments, what you think the scores are going to be, whether you think, we're just utter idiots who don't know what we're talking about. And I've just realised the game week average and game week points is completely wrong, but we can ignore that. for now. Just, pro streamer out here. Pro editing. That's what I'm talking about. So, let's kick us off. Fulham versus Wolves. Get it done. I want to see Ole's at the wheel going absolutely ham in the chat. I want to see him going absolutely ham in the chat.
What do you want him to say?
I want Ole's at the wheel to give me a hell yeah. As Fulham versus Wolves, what we thinking?
I'm gonna go for a cool 2-1 Wolves.
A cool 2-1 Wolves.
Yeah.
Or actually, tips. Have you got any Wolves in your wildcard, fella? I know that. Wolves for me are looking saucy. They're looking saucy. 2-1 Wolves, and who is going to score for Wolves? That is the big question.
I think Neto gets a brace, mate. Neto gets a brace.
You know what? I can completely concur with that statement. So there's no need for me to change that. So L, over to you.
I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. Get out of here. Get in the bin. Get in the bin.
Yeah, I don't think Fulham are this team that you can really turn over anymore. I think they're so solid and well put together. It's difficult to score a lot against.
Trezeguet scored a brace against them last week.
Yeah, he did, but Wolves aren't Villa, are they? Wolves are struggling. So
They're like... Kepa, this Chip Freak says 1-1 draw. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Kepa Arrizabalaga is in the chat. Apparently, the best goalkeeper in the world is in the chat. So there we are, boys. It's very nice to. We are honoured to have your presence here in the chat. Absolutely honoured. Right. I could not have hoped for anyone better to arrive in the chat. So the best goalkeeper in the world. Hope everyone's happy. Man City versus Leeds. It'll be an interesting game. Is it going to be a 1-1 like we saw earlier on the season? Personally, I don't think so. And I'm going to go for a result that I know would very much piss off Owen Brown. And I'm going to say it every single time because it will happen if I keep on saying the same result. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 Manchester City. Ruben Diaz goal, thank you. John Stones, get in the bin, get a red card, thank you. What are you saying?
I'm going for a 3-1 City. I think Leeds might sneak a goal.
3-1 Leeds to sneak. I mean, I'll take it if Diaz gets benched and Cancelo and Stones play. That'd be rather tasty. What are you saying now?
That would be ideal.
It's a hard one. It's early kickoff as well, so I don't usually like backing the early kickoff.
Gandhi's quote, that is, never back the early kickoff.
It's a law.
I'm going to say 2-0 City, I think.
2-0 City. Chip Freak coming in with a 3-0.
I don't know.
And populate
I'm
the chat.
going to agree with that. I'll go with that. 3-1. I'll agree.
3-1.
I can see a Leeds goal, yeah.
Put that in the chat. Aguero hat-trick coming in from Catherick. Jeez. What do you think about Aguero, boys? Any even a hint of maybe you think about bringing him in? Maybe.
I don't think so. He's a good player and stuff, but...
Absolute baller. One of the best strikers the Premier League has ever seen.
1 week punt maybe, but definitely nothing more than that.
Yeah, if you had like a wild card, and you like look into wild card from 32 maybe onwards, then a 1 week punt maybe. But yeah, Aguero, class player. I don't think anyone can say against. But interesting. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. I think we'll have to go straight to our resident Scouse. Or no, you're not a Scouser, but you are a Liverpool fan. Traitor, get in the mud. What are you saying?
Oh, it's a tough one, this one. I think 2-0 Liverpool. Nice clean sheet. Villa without Grealish still look a bit dodgy going forward. They're not brilliant in defence either at the moment, so I think we'll be all over them.
So what did you say, 2-0?
Yeah, 2-0.
Oh, controversial. Just quickly, we've got Ray in here. Big shout out from Barbados. That Caribbean vibe. Love it. Let's go. Think about that, boys. From Barbados.
That's Java's favourite place, Caribbean.
Mate, I love the Caribbean. It's an incredible place. Yeah, that's insane. Big shout out to you, Ray. How's it going? Get rid of Cancelo and Stones ASAP. The thing is, the last time everyone was saying that, Stones went and linked up. They went and got Stones X Cancelo. So I'd be holding on to Stones for sure because I reckon he's going to score just solely to piss me off. Sole reason. That's the only reason he's going to score. Just to piss me off. What are you saying? Liverpool versus Aston Villa?
I'm going to say 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0. Everyone's going for the niller.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in the 2-1. Let's get an Ollie Watkins goal. Not biased at all. I can actually see Liverpool, like, I don't know though, because I was looking at the like expected goal stats, and obviously I try not to read into them too much, but the only teams that had like a better expected goals against than Liverpool were Chelsea and City. So
yeah, we've been pretty solid defensively these past couple of weeks.
I guess
Matt and Kabak, we've got a nice little partnership.
It's just been the blunders, hasn't it? Like the Alisson blunders, and like that's what's really been letting you down. Yeah, big mistakes like the Trent mistake, all of that. It's just like the actual expected goals are low because you're defending well generally. It's just big blunders that are letting you down. I know you can't see my team, but in summary, do you think that I should wildcard again with 31? Martina, Salasson, Monday. That's one hell of a mouthful. Just trying to read through it. Do you think so? Should I wildcard in 31 with Martina, Salasson coming back into 32? Sterling, Cavalier, Brewster, Gundo, Cancelo, Loughton, Ayling and Wan-Bissaka out for Mendy, Jota, Sterling, 1 week punt, Wood, Iheanacho, Sterling to Son at 32, and Son to Salah. I mean, the draft looks like a pretty decent draft. I mean, in terms of going into the week with like kind of this week, like working game with Martinez. I can't tell it. Do you mean so? If you have Salah, Son, Calvert-Lewin, Brewster, Gundo, Cancelo, Loud. It's not the best of teams to maybe go into game week 31 with. So yeah, there's a definite potential of like using the wildcard there. I guess as you say, it's very hard to kind of deconstruct that when it's not like an image in front of you, just sort of reading names and just trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'm gonna go Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Let's hear it from the man who's going to captain Marcos Alonso, and now you have to captain Alonso as it's just locked in. You just have to do it. What do you think about this one, mate?
Ooh, I definitely think a nil.
A nil.
Probably like a good maybe a 2-0.
A nil.
Chelsea.
A nil. Nil.
A nil. No, I'd be surprised.
You take it though.
If Alonso gets 3 bonus, I'd take that.
Yeah, it's not bad. That would not be bad at all. L, hit me with it.
I'm going to say 2-1.
Chelsea.
Ooh. I
got so hopeful there. I got so hopeful there. I got so hopeful. I agree with you. I agree with you.
But I'm not surprised.
The Palace definitely will score.
I mean, Chelsea have been solid, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, in my mind, it's 2 results basically. It's 2 results. It's either 0-0 or 1-0 Palace. That's the only way I can see this game realistically going. Like, there's basically no bias there at all. But yeah, if I was putting my neutral hat on, I'd probably go 0-0, 1-0 Chelsea. But being a Palace fan, let's have a 1-0 Palace. Absolutely sink Chelsea in the mud. Let's do it. Chelsea 3-0 Palace. I'm going up front, 2 out up third, and I will be the hat-trick hero. There you go, Az. You should bring in Kepa and captain him from the man himself.
Yeah.
From the man himself.
I need his thoughts. About Alonso.
Thoughts about Alonso. Let's hear him, Kepa. Let's hear him. Burnley versus Newcastle. I reckon people are going to put this one as a drab game. I reckon this is going to be an absolute goal fest. You're not going to see this one coming from nowhere. I reckon this is going to be a 3-2 Burnley.
I'm going to say 1-0 Burnley.
Or 3-3. I think it could be a 3-3.
I was going to go 2-2.
2-2. Fair enough. Chris Wood, I've been gassing him up, and yeah, I'd love to have it. If I was on a wild card, I think Chris Wood would honestly just like straight in there for me. Class player. Against Newcastle, poor defence. Burnley, I've been like gassing up Burnley's defence a lot, but to be fair, their defence of late has actually been really, really poor. So I think that Newcastle, fighting for relegation, they'll score some goals. Burnley will get nervous, score a couple of goals as well. So yeah, like 2-2, 3-3. I think we could agree there. And you went for, what, 1-0 Burnley, L?
Yeah, 1-2-0 Burnley.
See that from Kepa Arrizabalaga. Alonso is very good because he's Spanish. So there you are, Az. There's your in-depth analysis from the Kepa Arrizabalaga. Thoughts on Ings as a 1-week punt against West Brom? Yeah, Ings looks very good last week, so as a 1-week punt, could definitely do very well. Could definitely do very, very well. But I probably wouldn't say any more than a 1 week. But as I say, 1 week punt, Ings could absolutely smash it. Dylan coming in, the KDB captain with Chris Wood Vice. KDB benched, you're absolutely loving life. I mean, it'll be one of them situations, KDB will get the bench. You'll be like, what the fuck is this? And then Wood goes and absolutely bangs. Hat-trick hero. Happy, happy days. West Ham, Leicester. Scrapping for Champions League spots. For that very reason. The thing is, there's no Declan Rice as well. Do I really want to go with a 0? Actually, you know what? 0-0. 0-0. Bit boring, but West Ham going to really hold in there, in my opinion, for the Champions League spot. Obviously, Leicester gunning for the Champions League as well. I think out of the two sides, with the injuries that West Ham have kind of picked up in the past week or so, with Antonio and Declan Rice being out, that really, really hurts them. So, if either side was going to win it, I'd go Leicester. But, yeah, El, what are you saying?
3-1 Leicester.
3-1 Leicester, going straight in with the goals. I'm assuming for that very reason.
I think West Ham without Rice looks so shaky.
They do.
And now Antonio's gone. I don't know whether Lingard is as good a pick anymore.
Do you think Lingard's as
if
good
you
as pick?
watch the way that, yeah, I don't know, but just the way that
hold-up play and
Lingard
stuff.
scored his goals, Antonio was instrumental in so much
Yeah.
of it. Whether it was an assist or whether it was him making runs to open up the defence
Yeah.
for Lingard to run through.
No, I completely agree with you, man.
I
I feel like personally Lingard has basically done enough for me to just, even if he blanks until the rest of the season, he will be there for me.
Yeah, that's
Just
fair.
like back-to-back 12 pointers. You just can't take the guy out, really.
No, that's very true.
But yeah, Az, what do you think?
He's definitely what I'm watching. I'm not saying no to him.
Oh,
But I
yeah,
just wanna see
neither
how
of you
West
have
Ham play
Lingard, do you?
without-
Big boy Jesse.
I mean, I might bring him in on the wild card, but I kind of want to see how West Ham play without Antonio now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Remember
man.
last season when Antonio went, they kind of dipped a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, for sure. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button as well if you are new around here. And Az, what are your opinions on the West Ham versus Leicester game?
I think it's similar to Al, I think. Maybe I was thinking a 2-1, I think. 2-1.
Yeah,
Tough one, though.
tight.
Also, Lingard didn't have a shot on target after Antonio got subbed off, I think.
Did he not?
Quite mad, actually. No, I
That is
don't
pretty
think so.
crazy. After he went and absolutely banged in the first
I'm
few
using
minutes.
that just to hope Lingard chills out. It's been horrible not owning them these past few
Yeah.
weeks.
On the flip side, he's only blanked once since he's donned a West Ham shirt. So on the flip side,
I think he's missed. Yeah.
I'm definitely
Too
glad to
late.
own him, but yeah, maybe
Actually, next week
maybe
against Newcastle.
exactly. So comments coming in. Should I get Loughton or Cancelo? Should I get out Loughton or Cancelo? If I transfer Loughton, I have 4.5 mil, and if I transfer Cancelo, I have 5.8. Who should I get in for Cancelo or Loughton? That's big decisions. So first things first, break it down. Cancelo, do we think he'll play this weekend, boys? I can see him playing.
Yeah, I think so.
Same.
So if Cancelo is going to play, if we think he's going to play this weekend, then I think that's a keep for Cancelo. And then I guess I'd ask the question of like, if you're then going to keep Cancelo, do you need to transfer out Loughton? In terms of like, do you have a full 11 if Cancelo plays, or do you need Loughton to play? And I guess if you do need Loughton to play, and you've got 4.5 mil, Nat Phillips, I think we can agree with.
Saying Nat Phillips, yeah.
It would probably be the one to go for. So, and then obviously, but then I guess, yeah, the rolling of the transfer would be nice. So you can like deal with Cancelo the week after, and maybe both of them at the same time. Because Loughton's like fixture against Newcastle, although I have put it down as a goal fest and as has as well, it's also not the worst fixture. to play because Newcastle aren't the best attacking side, especially with the players they have got missing. But yeah, the transfer probably Loughton to Nat Phillips. I don't mind. Do you feel Alonso will start? Honestly, I don't have a Scooby. With the way Tuchel's been rotating them left backs, like, you know, the logical way of thinking is like, Chilwell's played in the Champions League and therefore Alonso should play at the weekend. But having, been a spectator of Pep Roulette over the years, we never do know. 3-3 Vardy Creswell hat-trick. Yeah, I mean, the Creswell hat-trick will do very nicely. The Vardy hat-trick, obviously, not looking like I'm going to bring him in, so that'll be a bit of a pain. Should I start Watkins get Liverpool, considering that... Is that Joe Gomez? Is Joe Gomez going to be back as?
Nah, maybe near the end of the season.
Oh, Jack! No, it's not Joe Gomez. That's Jack Grealish.
No, Grealish won't be back, I don't think.
You don't reckon? Target TAA like Madrid did in the UCL. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting Watkins anyway, personally. I think that Aston Villa can grab a couple of goals against Liverpool. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Maybe a bit of bias there because I do already own him and I'm playing him. But Liverpool, to be fair, as I mentioned earlier, do have very good kind of expected goals against stats, like the third best in the league. So maybe that's a bit of like a prelude to how good the defence is actually playing. I want to get rid of Lingard so bad, but he keeps performing. Yeah, completely, man. Let's move on with the fixtures. Spurs United, This is probably the big game of the weekend. It will be the Super Sunday game that will be hyped up, and it will be like a bloody 0-0. But I think that rightfully so. There's a lot of hype for this game because Spurs defensively have been pretty poor, but attacking they're looking good. So, as a United fan, what are we saying?
Well, just as we started, the United team came in for tonight, and it's very strong, to be fair. Mm-hmm. Just looking now.
Oh, the lineup's out. Or
yeah,
leaked.
Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka.
I thought the game was at 8. Is it 2:15?
I think it must just be a bit early, yeah. No, it kicks off at 8. I think it's just a bit earlier.
No way.
Pogba, McTominay, and then Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood, and James.
Not a bad team, that.
So
Shaw starting is weird. Do you think Tellers maybe swaps, gets the Premier League games now?
I think
Shaw can't handle that many games.
I can't see Tellers playing. I don't think Tellers is good enough to play against Spurs.
But then what about
Burnley? Not good enough, but like, yeah, we could definitely play against them.
He maybe does that. Maybe he tries and just gets this like Europa League game over the line, sees how it goes. If they like win comfortably, Shaw gets a rest in the next one.
I'll back that. Yeah.
Because against Granada, like you should not to completely shit on Granada here, but you should be beating them.
Yeah. Surprised Diallo's not starting or Van de Beek.
Yeah.
Oh, they have Soldado up front. Remember him? Goldado.
Soldado, yeah.
Yeah.
God, what a purchase!
He plays up front for them.
What a purchase that was. They were gassing him up as well.
Lamella.
Mendy, Sanchez, Defenders.
Back to the.
Yeah.
I think so for the Prem, I think it will be. I don't know. I'm not happy with Rashford starting tonight, to be fair.
Smith Rowe starts tonight. That's an absolute pain, that. That means Odegaard will start. No, Odegaard doesn't even feature for Arsenal.
He's a good one to have this week, then.
Fuck's sake.
Captain Odegaard.
Lacazette starts as well. Aubameyang bench, so...
Oh, he's a big...
That could be a big...
If anyone needs a 1 week punt now,
Saka's back as well.
Massive shout.
Mate, no David Luiz either. What's going on? But yeah.
I think he's injured today.
Is he? Forwards are... Yeah, I mean, Matthew says, should he go... Where is it? Iheanacho to Vardy. I don't think doing that kind of sideways swap is the best. Like, if you have one of them, I'd just be pleased that you have them. Dylan, Crystal Palace are a good defence, have tall players. If so, Alonso could start. Yeah, it could just be a height thing. Alonso could start for that very reason. Palace are a reasonably tall team, especially when Benteke plays. Spurs line up to Spurs. Oh no, he's mugging off Spurs fans here. Oh, that's rude. That's rude. Mascot is Mendy, Cancelo, Rudiger. Who to get out? Who to replace? That's like there's a lot of players to pick from there. Maybe one of the Leeds players because it's like poor fixtures for the next 3 or so weeks. Plenty of players you can replace him with. You know, like Trent, Nat Phillips. One of the Wolves players like a Neto, someone like that, and even like a Nacho or a Vardy up front look good. Short is too good to bench. This guy's saying, yeah, I completely agree with that. On to Sheffield v Arsenal. I think we'll just roll through the last fixtures here and then end the stream off. So Sheffield versus Arsenal. What are we saying, boys?
Do we do United?
Oh, we kind of strayed a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
So what we say for the United Spurs United?
I've got to say 3-1, I think.
3-1.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to go for a very fair 2-2. That's what you're saying.
Going
Draw
3-1
would
as
be a
well.
disaster. Can't draw against Spurs.
What are you going for us?
Going 3-1 United.
3-1 United, you reckon?
United will do them, yeah.
I'm just
United
hoping
will
Kane
do 'em.
scores, to be honest. That's the FPL bias coming through there. Sheffield versus Arsenal. I'm going to go with a nice little scrape over the line for Arsenal. I'm going to 1-0 Arsenal. Smith Rowe comes off the bench and bags a goal in the 91st minute. What are you saying, boys? Let's go Az. Oh, sorry, Al.
That's all right, go on,
I'm gonna go 3-1 again. I think Arsenal will concede.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that, man. The Leno rotation. The Leno rotation.
I think Arsenal's a shocking team all round. I wouldn't even surprise it's 1-0 Sheffield, to be honest.
I was
Arsenal
going
are
to say
useless. Absolutely useless.
I'm going to say 1-1.
Yeah.
Bottle jobs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Gus, we've discussed the Loughton or Cancelo thing, and I went through quickly sort of like the replacements you could potentially get in there as well. So it might be a case of like just rewind the stream a little bit and you'll catch that. Arsenal better be keeping a clean sheet here. I need that Leno clean sheet. Oh, don't have to double up anymore, so it won't be as bad of a deal or big of a deal. West Brom versus Southampton. Let's see a late resurgence from West Brom. You know, I'd almost like West Brom to come back. I don't necessarily want them to stay up, but I think they can make it more interesting if they win this game. It would be like an outside shot of actually staying up. So I want to go for a West Brom win here, like a 2-1 West Brom after after a massive confidence boost of that 5-2 win against Chelsea.
I can see a lot of goals in this game. I don't think either defence is particularly very good.
No.
Maybe
That's
like
when
a
it's a
2-2.
0-0. A 2-2, fair. That sounds to scrape a result over the line. As what do you think, mate?
Yeah.
I think 2-1 Southampton.
So Southampton now.
But yeah, I think they'll do
They'll
it.
win it over the line. Good side Southampton, to be fair. Not bad. Not as good as Crystal Palace, though. Yeah. I'll have you know. This guy said, is Lloris a good third Spurs asset for the double game week apart from Kane and Son? Also Spurs a good fish after the bank. Yeah, I mean, thing is with like a Lloris, it's like he's probably the only other asset you realistically would go for. Maybe Reguilon, but there's some rotation risk. With Lloris, Spurs don't keep too many clean sheets. He also doesn't actually pick up that many save points and bonus points, and there are other keepers out there who do. So in terms of like a goalkeeper spot, you'd probably still rather someone like, I don't know, Pope or someone like that. But then it's a similar price, so I don't think Lloris is the worst option. For the double game week, it could be like a good punt to go with. Not many people are going to own him, so if he does well, definitely send you firing up. West Brom are a boring team. And then the final fixture, Brighton versus Everton. I know there's going to be a bit of a bias from us here with the DCL ownership. But, Brighton won. I think Brighton will score. I think 1-1 is what I'm going to go for this game. Not too many reasons behind it. Just, got a feeling. What are you saying now?
I was thinking 1-0 to Brighton.
1-0 to
I'm not too
Brighton.
sure now.
DCL owners in the mud. Let's have it. What are you saying, Az?
Yeah, I feel 1-1's quite sensible. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be quite low scoring too. I'm also going to start Dunk this week, so I wouldn't mind a nice 1-0 Brighton.
So you got that.
1-1.
You got a bit of conflict going in the team.
I do. I hate when that happens, but
Yeah,
it's one
it's a
of them
shame,
things.
isn't it?
That's funny.
Especially against like teams like that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When it's
You
kind
can't
of
really
like
back anyone.
two bigger teams against each other, or something like that, it's kind of like, it's cool. Or when it's like high ownership players, it's less of a big deal. But both Dunk and DCL are like your differential players, so they're playing against each other. It's just not ideal. But yeah, I think we're pretty much coming to the end there. Thanks everyone for watching, listening again, whatever you're doing. Good luck for the coming game week. As L, thank you very much for joining me.
That's
Just the last comment in here from Ray. DCL is crap, apparently. Great way to end the stream. Great way to end the stream. But yeah, thanks boys for joining me.
No worries. Thanks very much.
And I'll be streaming for the deadline, probably half an hour before the deadline tomorrow. Which, let me just check the time on that. That'll be at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be streaming for the deadline. And good luck for everyone for the game week. Good luck, and we'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And thanks for joining. We'll see you in a bit.